and you will be motivated when you hear me through your speakers, also known as Queen Boss Lady. Let me do this real quick. No tarot reader has permission to read my energy on this platform. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Devil, get behind thee. I said, devil, get behind thee. So, I'm not here to tickle your ears and tell you what you want to hear. The title of this message, and I got to go put it back in the description, is YouTube isn't going to be able to save you from the wrath of God. So, a lot of these YouTubers, a lot of these tarot readers have sold out, is what I heard. They sold out. I heard that they are clipped. And for some reason, you know, they think that YouTube is going to save them from God's wrath. They think that, you know, because they have made YouTube their God, they actually think that that YouTube is going to save them from God's wrath. And it doesn't work like that. But, you know, they think that they are covered and protected. And that's why they do the things that they do. It's given that Pokemon, gotta catch them all. If you are someone that has been highly, always sought after, always gang stalked, always monitored, when you get on this platform, when you get on YouTube, if you're someone that's dealt with doppelgangers, people stealing your identity, people stealing your work, when you get on this platform, there's just going to be doppelgangers on here after you. There's just going to be copycatters on here. If you're someone that you notice people copy your authenticity, or they copy things that you do or say, when you come to this setting, it's just going to be another group, another wave of people. Because see what they want for you to go crazy and to feel like, oh my God, I have no privacy at all. So what I was hearing in the spirit room was they all sold out. And that's just what I heard, but I know they all didn't sell out, but a lot of them have sold out and they're clipped. I don't even know what clipped mean, but we just gonna, I'm gonna just break it down like a pound for y'all real quick. So basically, it's like if you are someone that is highly sought after, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, real quick message. I seen somebody say, she's back. Actually, I'm not. I'm still on vacation. I'm still on vacation, my loves. I'm still on vacation. And I'm enjoying every minute, every second. I've been feeding the birds. I love me some hills, but sometimes I love to be barefooted in my grass and just sunbathe. And so I've been feeding the birds, feeding the animals, just, you know, sunbathing, doing things that you can't go and buy. Those are the things that I've been enjoying. I've been enjoying my blessings that God has given me, the things that, you know, you can't purchase in the store. I asked for a white cat and I delivered my kittens last week, and the first one was a white one. So I just been enjoying things that are free, feeding the birds, feeding the animals. Feeding the cat's not free. I gotta buy cat food, but So yeah, but basically what's going on is these tarot readers, they're clipped, okay? I, they get assigned to real prophets. They get assigned to real goddesses. And this is an assignment on a whole nother scale. Like I say, if you are someone that, because a lot of these readers get on here and they've never been gang stalked, they've never dated a hitman, their family has not tried to unalive them. So it's like, how are you pulling on this type of energy if you're not even subscribed to this person's channel, or you you know have never came in contact with these readers? How are they able to pull on your energy and read on your energy and actually get paid for it? And when they're doing this, they're actually, you know, basically they're telling the ops what's next in your life. If you're somebody that's highly sought after, I apologize. I keep looking out the window because it's so freaking beautiful. It is a beautiful day. I'm ready to go outside and play. I'm ready to go outside and play. I thank God that I didn't sell out and I don't have to get up here each and every day and make this my life and my world. I'm so glad that I didn't make YouTube my God. And they do offer, people to sell out. Hey, do you want to monitor this person's channel? We'll pay you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'd rather shovel horse shit. I'd rather sell chicken eggs side the motherfucking road than to do some old low vibrational stuff like that. But the reason why a lot of these readers sell out is because this road, the, when God is trusting you with valuable information, and you have these kind of gifts, prophet, psychics, seers, empaths, that is a heavy calling on your life. That is a heavy blessing on your life. And it comes with a lot of responsibilities. And a lot of these people sell out because it's some days, it's nothing in that account. It's nothing in that account. You don't know where your next meal coming from. You don't know where you gonna stay. You don't know. It's a lot of that going on because God is testing your character. And see, when these people get this type of test, they fail. When that opportunity comes available and they say, hey, we'll pay you to monitor this person's channel, they take it. They're like, yeah, this is a deal. This is a deal, but it's a deal gone bad. This is a deal. All I have to do is monitor this person, and they sign their life away to monitor you. When they're assigned to you, this is what becomes available to them. They, just how y'all see me on this screen, they get some type of, app or surveillance app on their phone, and they can just press a button at any time and you will come on their screen. They can see what you're doing in your household, or it's like a speaker, like, do you hear me through your speakers? They can hear you through these phone speakers once they tap into the app that whoever they're working for gave them when they're assigned to you. And what they do is they listen, they write things down. They'll write down whatever you say in your intimate time with yourself. They will even go so far as to, when you're praying and when you're talking to your angels and your ancestors, they will write down what you're saying, and then they'll get on their platform and they will say everything that you just said in private. Now, this is either going to do two things. If you sleep, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is my reader. They just said exactly what I said today in my living room while I was praying. But if you are really connected with God, no, God is showing you something. And you're going to see where these people, they're doing the same thing that the people in your, if you live in a gang stalking community and then you say, okay, I'm about to start doing YouTube. You think you're not going to have gang stalkers on YouTube? You think you're not going to have spiritual, what are the monitoring spirits on YouTube? Yes, you are. There, it's just going to be just like there's somebody paying somebody in your community to stalk you and gaslight you. If you get on YouTube, if you go work a job and you don't connect or get with a group, a coven, you don't accept the invitation, they're gonna gang stalk you at work. They're gonna do things at your job to drive you crazy, to make you quit, to run you off, so that they can feel empowered and they also get to move up in their position. You know, if they're able to run you off or if they're able to inflict fear in you, and like I said, no tarot reader has my permission to read on my energy or pull on my energy. In Jesus' mighty name, devil get behind thee. They will get promoted. That's why they go so hard, right? But I want to say this. My heart, it really goes out to them because you never know what they was going through. It was probably very hard for them, very rough, because if you've been down this road and on this journey, you know how hard it can get. And you know how you get to that point where you have nothing, and then they'll send a man out of nowhere and he's flashing all this money and he's like, yeah, if you just do this and do that. And you have to decide, is you gonna sell this ass, or is you gonna keep moving forward with nothing, with what God has given you? You have to make that decision for yourself, and then you have to sit with yourself and say, well, did I get this money in a good way, or did I get this money in a bad way? No, you know. And like I said, not to put nobody down that is, you know, prostituting or is stripping or things like that, because you can easily come off of that path, okay? Because you really didn't, when you're prostituting, unless you don't have a pimp or something like that, like you really didn't sign no contract. But these readers are signing contracts, and they're taking this money and this promotion, and it's to violate your privacy on a whole nother scale, on a whole nother level. And you know the level that I'm talking about because you've already experienced this, and they want you to go, oh no, you know, I thought I found my people. You thought you found other psychics like you. You thought you found other readers like you, other energy readers. You know, you thought you found other empaths. And you're just realizing that, no, it's just another cycle on another level. And they want you to go, oh no, it's happening here too. Oh my God. Well, you know, and it's not that nobody ran you off from that job. God said, leave that job. And you was obedient and you left. And they think, oh yeah, we ran her off for da-da-da-da-da. And they don't understand. And they get the promotion, right? And then the whole company shuts down. And now everyone is unemployed, right? So I keep hearing like, Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. So that's what these tarot readers are paid to do, trained to do. They want to catch you and stop you too, because it's, and I kept hearing, stop her, like no matter, it's like a massive worldwide takedown. It's like your name pops up, and baby, they can play like they don't know who you is, but you are nationwide is on your side. People try to take you down in they tried to take you down at birth. They tried to take you down in elementary school. They tried to take you down in middle school. They tried to take you down in high school. Now they trying to take you down in adulthood. Now they take, it's like, it's, they want you to continue. This is what they want. They want you to, you know, and this is what you're not gonna do. But I'm just, you know, do you hear me through your speakers? They want you to say, oh my God, I have no privacy. I have no privacy in this world. Everything I do is monitored, is looked at. I'm looked at under a microscope. I have no privacy. Oh my God, the only way out is to just yourself. That's what they want. And then these people that they hired feel like, yeah, no, you're going to get her position. You're going to get her promotion. And they are being tricked, and they are being sucked dry themselves on a whole nother scale. And they cannot stop. They can't just say, no, I don't want to watch this person anymore through the secret camera. I don't want to do this anymore. No, they cannot stop. Once they have taken this oath, once they have joined this coven, they cannot stop. So do forgive them, because they have sold their souls. And that's why when they sell their soul, they don't have a conscience anymore. Even I'm hearing slipping in and out of conscious, right? So if they slip in and out of conscious, that's when they feel like, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I don't want to keep invading this private privacy. But then they slip back, into not having a conscience, and they are focused on that money. They want that money. They don't want to struggle anymore. They want to be seen in a higher position. They want their money to match, they want their money to do let's just be honest. People respect money. People respect you when you have money. Certain people, I don't, but a lot of people want to be looked at and looked up to based on what they have. That's why they're always praising YouTube. They're always, shouting YouTube out and talking about their channel and doing this and doing that. It's all praises to the material gain, because they sold to get it. And they also make money off of you pulling on your energy and doing readings out loud. That's letting the ops know what's going on in your life if you have cut these people off. And they're making money off of you. You're not getting any of this money. You're not seeing any of this money. And also, watching them, you'll notice your whole life will fall the fuck apart. Your whole life will start falling apart, because they're the ones binding your money. They're the ones binding your love life. They're the ones doing spells, because they didn't know that all of this was going to be in the contract. See, when they was offered this contract, these people just said, hey, we'll pay you to monitor somebody else's channel, because that's what they said. And then they're like, okay, that's easy. And then they sign, and then it's like, yep, and this is everything, It's just like when you go for a job and you don't ask them for the job description. You just take the position, and then you get that job, and then next thing you know, they're saying, okay, come on, you got to clean the bathroom stall. And you like, what the fuck? I thought I signed up to do this. And they like, nope, it's right here in it. They turn the paper over, and it's a little small. Y'all, look at what I got right here. Never mind my Bible. It done been through what it was supposed to go through. I took it through there. I took it through, and my daughter wrote on it, okay? And I think I even set my coffee on here a couple of times, maybe, okay? So nope, it's right here. Look, all this you gotta do now. They're like, I just thought I was supposed to monitor this person's channel and, you know, be a monitoring spirit and report back certain things. They like, nope, you gotta do spell work on this person. You gotta watch them through this camera. Here's the link. You have to watch them in the privacy of their own home. And then we want you to get online and we want you to repeat everything that this person says. So, you know, and then we want you to do come to me spells. So when they come to your channel and they check your channel out and you're saying the same thing that they're saying, it's gonna freak them out. It's gonna send them in a psychic psychosis. They're not gonna be able to determine what's going on, and also it's gonna keep the people, you know, confused. It's gonna keep the people confused about what's being said, especially, you know, sometimes they'll tell these people to go to your channel and retain information from your channel and just repeat it on their channel, so that it confuses the people that you really want to help and people that really want to wake up. Now they're like, you got two readers saying the same thing, and you're not a reader, you're not intuitive, you're not psychic, you don't even have no discernment. That's why you probably go and, you know, look for readings. A lot of people go and they look at readings just to get confirmation. A lot of people look because they have no discernment. A lot of people look because they don't have no connection with God. And a lot of people are, you know, their angels and their ancestors send them to certain pages so that they can see who's attacking them spiritually, who is stealing from them spiritually, and who is assigned to them. They just want you to be aware of who is assigned to you, you know. And it's up to you how you move after that, depending on your, you know, your spiritual team and what they're telling you. And but my advice would be to be flattered. Be flattered that, you know, you have people on a higher level that is watching you, and you're someone that you probably get 2 or 3 views, but you got these people with big platforms, big followings saying everything that you say, because they want to keep you hidden and they want to promote more of the what's not true. Okay, you got to think about it. If you was a popular loner in elementary school and you didn't group up with no people, but you was popular and you was okay with being alone, you didn't group up with no group, and you see how they did you, you see how the girls attacked you, you see how no one really, you know, you wasn't popular, you wasn't a lot of people's cup of tea, because people don't like what's real. People like what's fake. And fake shit comes in large numbers and large crowds. That's why these readers have large views. They have large followings. And you just got to think about it. If people didn't, you know, take to your realness and how you carried yourself throughout life, what makes you think you're going to get on here and just all of a sudden everybody following you, everybody love you, everybody like you? Prophets are not, you know, liked because they don't tickle your ears. They don't constantly tell you things that you want to hear. They don't tell you the same information over and over and over again. Prophets are the least liked ones, but the most sought after ones. Okay? Because I am not who you think I am. I am who you know I am. Okay? Now, this is what I wrote down. I'm going to go ahead and try to get it all out because I did. I said a mouthful just now. So I'm reading my notes here. So if you hear me repeat something that I already spoke on, do you hear me? Do you hear me? So I'm just saying, and I'm not telling you to hate them or attack them or send them. I just want you, I'm just being obedient, first of all, by delivering this message. And I just want you to be aware. Just be aware. Be very careful with these tarot readers tickling your ears. A lot of them have sold out. They have been clipped and they get paid to lead you astray. You're going to think about it, right? And just like I said, just think about it. Just think about it. If you didn't have a big following in the real life, you didn't have a support group because nobody likes the real. Everybody loves the fake. Because they tell you what you want to hear. They don't tell you how to heal yourself. They don't tell you how to get out of these situations. Oh, you got to pay them for that. And I get it. You should be paid for your gifts. You should be paid. But why not just do the whole thing in private? Why not just go private? Because they make money off of your energy, and they try to trap and keep the real ones stuck and stagnated so that they can move up in life. A lot of your blessings done went to these tarot readers, and you still giving them money. And you like, well, when I'm paying this reader, and yeah, she's cursing and hexing your money and doing all kind of stuff. And every time they'll ask you for more money, and you simply, you just give it right up. Because they're tickling your ears. They're telling you exactly what you want to hear. That's why you walk alone, because you don't tickle people's ears. You don't tickle their ears. They come fucking around with you, and you're going to tell them the truth. And the truth hurts. And nobody wants to hear the truth. That's why nobody likes. Prophets are not really liked. Even psychics are not really liked. Empaths, they're not really liked, because it's always a fear that, if they come in your energy, you're going to be reading them or something like that. And, a lot of disrespectful readers, they do that. I don't. I consider that a violation. If somebody just come in your energy and they don't mean you no threat or nothing, and just because you got these powers, you finna just start reading their energy. You don't do that. You start reading a person when they are a threat to you, your kingdom, your queendom, your family, when they step into your energy with hidden agendas. That's when you unhide every goddamn thing. That's when you unravel everything. But they'll sit up and, oh, let me see what's going on with her. Let me see what's... And then they'll do magic. If you come to their channel, they'll hex you. They'll curse you, because they don't want you, coming to their channel, seeing that you talking about them, and you reading their energy. They reading your energy and getting paid. You like, I don't even know these people. So, but they reading on your energy. That's why you can go back to my old videos. I always said, I am not a tarot reader. I had permission, though, to read them. It's an authenticity thing with me. I like reading pictures, and I use the cards to clarify what I would say. I would never sit up here and say, okay, let's see the energy, no. I already had the message, and if I said, you got a lover that's doing spell work on you, I would click the cards and the lover card will pop out. And I would say, thank you, God and angels and ancestors, for allowing the cards to clarify what I am saying. I don't sit there and be like, oh, I'm getting a download, but let me see what the cards say. No, what's the download that you're getting? You're not getting a download. Anybody can be a tarot reader. Anybody can order a deck and flick them cards and read them to their ability. Anybody can do it. Is everyone chosen to do it? No. But can everyone do it? Yes. You that has never flicked tarot cards before, you can get you a deck and flick them, and then you will be a tarot reader. Ta-da! Just like that. That's why they seek and they hunt the real ones down. Because, see, I'm speaking for myself right now. I wasn't born with no tarot cards. But I was born with gifts. I do my best work with no cards. My best work. The best work that I've ever done, cards was nowhere involved. Nowhere needed. Okay? I flip cards. You guys, and it say you got somebody coming towards you. You got somebody coming towards you. Somebody say they love you. Who is the somebody? Who is coming towards you? What are you really talking about? It's not like they flick a card and they say somebody is coming towards you, and then Spirit is saying, yes, the person is coming towards them is their mother, their obsessed lover, or they got a deranged. No, because Spirit isn't talking to them because they've already sold out. Okay, I'm talking to the real ones right now. I'm talking to the real ones that have a YouTube platform, right? Just sit and think about it for a minute. You know, if all your life you haven't been popular, if all your life, you know, and you don't get on here expecting to be popular. You don't get on here expecting to get the views and the likes. You already know that's not about to go down. Just like you showed up to, you showed up to work every day on time, but they still fucked with you. They still taunted with you. They still went to HR and reported you. You still got fired because you wouldn't join the coven. They still did spell work on you because you didn't join them in this large group. These large groups, these crowds. You know, you're someone that has always been by yourself. You're someone that is okay with being by yourself. If anything, that's one of your wishes that has came true. You've always been around karmic family, karmic men, karmic friends. If anything, you like, one of my wishes is just to be by myself. And then they'll get on here and say, yeah, I walk alone. I'm by myself too. I don't have no... But when that call come through, or they got a certain time where they're supposed to tap that phone and listen to your personal conversations, when they get in these groups with other, witches online to stop you, because if in real life, people have to gather together to come against you, what makes you think it's just one witch on YouTube coming after you? She got a flock of them, and they'll pretend like they don't know each other, just like in your gang stalking community. They all pretend like they don't know each other, but they be on the phone like, yeah, girl, looking out. They be like, okay, she walking to the mailbox. She walked to the mailbox. Let me go. And then they go walk into the mailbox too. Girl, she walking up the street. She walking up the street right now. And then the other friend get in the car and come down the street that you walking down. But in real life, you've never seen these people talk to each other. These phones are dangerous. I tell you, these phones, that's how you know You know, you dealing with gang stalkers and they stalk you through your devices. That's why they'll want your phone numbers. And these people see that you are not with a large crowd. You don't care for large crowds. You don't get on here and ask for likes. You don't get on here and ask for the views. You get on here, you do what you told to do, and you get off of here. You don't care who like it and who don't. You did what you supposed to do. You know that you're not everyone's cup of tea. And that's okay with you. That is really perfectly fine with you. And it's given, you know, that pharaoh energy. These tarot readers, they get that pharaoh once they've gotten so deep into Truman showing you. They got you on the Truman Show. And they get so far deep in, they get that pharaoh energy, right? Didn't Pharaoh have a lot of followers, a lot of troops, a lot of help, a lot of people back in Pharaoh, right? What did Moses have? A dang on staff, a stick. He didn't have the shiny cars and I'm just speaking like in today's term, like if they was to be living, you know, but they had the horse and the cattle, but he had the jewelry, and he had the power. He had a lot of troops. Pharaoh had a big following. He had a lot of people following him. He had a lot of people doing what he say do when he say do it. If he say make that water red, because Moses just used a little stick and made the water red, they get to doing it. And that's how these tarot readers are, because they have gave these readers the platforms. They've given them the followers. They've given them the views, the likes, the comments, the shares, the comments in the section. They have given it. Just like, wasn't Pharaoh giving, you know, those people that was mixing potions and turning that water red for him? You think they wasn't living a good life? You think they wasn't eating good to tickle his ears so that he could not hear the truth? That's all he was paying them to do, is tickle my ears. Do it. That's mocking God. And that's what they have signed a contract to do. That's why they don't have a soul. And they don't care about the work that you put in. It doesn't ring a bell here. They don't give a damn. Long as that thing go ding, and whoever's cutting the check, whoever they working with, cut the check, they don't give a damn. So don't try to make them give a damn. This message is for you to be aware of who's tickling your ears, who you're allowing to tickle your ears. And I had to go through some things so that I could learn through some things, and so that I could tell you some things. You pay them to hex you and to curse you. That's what they use the money for. Oh yeah, you got somebody that's sending you death magic, and it's them. And the reason why they're telling you this in the reading is so when it happens, you are not smart enough to know that it's them. They tell you what they're doing to you and what's being done to you and who they are, but they project it as if, you know, it's someone else, but it's actually them. It's actually them with this pharaoh energy. They stalk and they mock God, and they try to repeat what he has done or what he's telling you in their own way. Or they might, you know what? A lot of them will say the same exact thing. They won't change up anything. That's how much they dislike themselves and God, because they sold out. Now they got that Pharaoh energy. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, I can't. Yes, you can. I love it. You should be honored. You should be honored that you're so small, but people that are so big watch you. You're so balanced. You're so focused. You're so humble. You don't let these little clicks and these little likes and these little, it doesn't go to your head. Your confidence comes from within. Their confidence comes from without. They look for confidence in their likes, in their comments, in their subscribes, in their comment section. That's where their confidence comes from. That's what boosts their ego. And I said you have to realize that, people love was fake. They adore was fake. They worship what is fake. That's just that's just how the way the world is, because a lot of these people, they worship what's fake. They worship what's not real, because they themselves don't want to be woken up to the truth. So they will follow a fake person before they follow a real person, because a real person gonna tell them, hey, nah, you do know you can't do that shit, right? But they not gonna tell you that. Confirmation. Because they want you out here fucking up and fucking over people. Yeah, gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon. Because you quickly saw in elementary school and in high school that you was okay with being alone. And even if you did try to, like, you thought some of these people on YouTube was your soul tribe and you tried to reach out, you quickly realized these bitches don't like you. Excuse my language. These females don't like you. Because I want to be respectful, because that's just my character. To just give respect even though no respect is being given to the people. They don't care about your soul. They don't care about your well-being. All they care about is that check. That manyan. That's all they care about. They don't care about nothing else. And that's why YouTube is not going to save them from the wrath of God. YouTube is not going to save them from the wrath of God. I don't know why they think that. It's just like these covens in your community. They think that whoever is sending them going to save them, because they think they're not going to get caught. They think nobody is going to know. Nobody is going to see. I forget what scripture that is. What scripture that is? They say, nobody going to see me. Nobody will see me. They drink offerings of blood. I will not offer, nor take up their names from lying lips. I forgot which one that, because I don't know the Bible. But I do read it. But I haven't read all of it, because I'm not perfect. But I'm worth it, okay? Do you hear me? Do you hear me through your speakers? Run it up then. Run it up. Oh, here it is. But I don't think this is it. Psalms 14. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abomination works. There is none who does good. The Lord looks down from heavens upon the children of men to see if there is any who understands, who seeks God. They have all turned aside. They have all turned aside. They have all taken the contract to take you down. Little old you. Little old you. They have all turned aside. They have all together become corrupt. There is none who does good. I have all the works of iniquity, no knowledge, who eats up my people as they eat bread. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon. You just don't know it, but they got your, you know, they trying to trap your soul, trap your mind in another dimension, and then show up on this screen and tickle your ears. And they do not call upon the Lord. No, they don't. They call upon YouTube. Oh, thank you, YouTube, for my this. Thank you, YouTube, for my that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful, YouTube. They are in great fear, for God is with the generation of the righteous. You shame the counsel of the poor, but the Lord is his refuge. Oh, that the salvation of Israel come when the Lord brings back captivity of his people. Rejoice. You shame the counsel of the poor. They paid to do that too. They take that little deal and, you know, they're able to pay their bills, and then they'll sit and they'll talk about you because, you know, you didn't sell out. So they make fun of you and they mock you and they stalk you. I don't know how to say that word. Stalk. That's one of those ones that I just don't know. And they make fun of you because they have more than you because they sold out. They have more money than you because they sold out. They have more material things than you because they sold out. And then they try to make you feel bad for not selling out. That's what they do. You're somebody really, really, really that the industry wanted, the music industry wanted you, and you didn't. That's why they make a lot of music about you, picking at you and laughing at you. If you just listen to a few of those songs, it's about you because you chose not to, like, nah, I'm good. I'm okay. I sing in the shower, you know. I will sing in the shower. I will sing in my private time to life. I will sing to the angels and the ancestors in my private time. Nope, I'm not. I don't want it. I don't want the dog collar. I don't want it. No, I'm good. That's why a lot of your family members tried to sacrifice you because they like, shoot, the industry want him and he don't want the position. I want it. I'll take it up the butt. I'll take it up the nose. I'll take it in the mouth. These men. That's why, you know, when you was younger, they tried to do sex magic on you to make you like the same sex because only certain doors will open for you with getting down like that, and you was like, but your brother was like, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Your brother was like, take me through that, take me through that. Take me through the, take me through the. And they like, we don't even want your butt, nigga. Go sit down. People don't like the real ones. They don't like the truth speakers. They don't like real prophets. And that's why I'm saying you guys need to be careful of these readers that tickle your ears and behind your back at the same time they are hexing you, cursing you. But they're tickling your ears at the same time. And everyone loves them. Everyone accepts them. Didn't everyone accept Pharaoh? Didn't everyone love Pharaoh? No one saw anything wrong with him trapping the souls of innocent people and working them to death. Don't you get up here and you put your work in. You work with your angels, your ancestors to get up here to do whatever it is. You could be a comedian. Where do you think those jokes coming from when you sit down and you're writing? You know, that's your creative side that God blessed you with. Not everyone is a creator. Not everyone has that creativity. And that's why they sell out, because they get nervous and they like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Let me just. And you get up here and you telling your jokes and somebody else steal all your jokes. And then they put them on their platform and you get 5 likes on yours, 10 views, but you are the creator. You are the original one of the jokes. But somebody steals your content and they got 100,000 followers. And they say the exact same thing you say. And now they've got 50,000 views, 10,000 likes, 5,000 comments. And they're getting paid. And they want you to give up or sell out. Yeah, just sell out and then your information will be protected. We won't steal it no more. Because you'll be one of us. And your information will be protected then. I'm hearing, I get so jealous. And I can't help it. Everyone loved Pharaoh. Just like everyone loves these tarot readers. Everyone accepts these tarot readers. But he was punishing the people, you know, that didn't work for him. Go watch the movie. He had his workers standing there with the whip, and when the workers got tired, produce more. Come on, we need more. We need this building built by tomorrow. But if you work for Pharaoh, you get power, you get authority, you get a whip, you get to discipline people. You know, you might even get to kill a man and get away with it. Because that's the type of, you know. And that's how these tarot readers are. They want to assassinate your character by confusing people. Am I missing something? Your YouTube channel. Yeah, your YouTube channel is a reflection of your real life. Like, so why? Yeah, ask yourself. If you're on YouTube and you don't have a big following, you should be thankful. You should be grateful. You're the original. And I'm not saying that the tables are not going to turn and God is going to give his people what is rightfully theirs. If you know, the money is rightfully yours, those tables will turn. And I'm saying that in a substitute of the likes, comments, and subscribes, right? These tarot readers are trapping your blessings and stopping them, right? And I'm not gonna say that, because it is gonna turn and you are gonna get what's rightfully yours. You are gonna get what they are being paid to hold back from you. They'll say, yeah, somebody's doing spell work on your love life. And it's them. It's them don't want to see you with nobody. It's them. They'll say, your boyfriend is dating a dark witch, and this dark witch and him is doing magic on you, and it's her. It's her. And you'll never, you won't, it'll just like, I don't want nothing to blow your mind. And you shouldn't want nothing to blow your mind either, baby. Words are powerful. But you would just be like, wow, it's her. You would never believe that this tarot reader is dating your boyfriend. And she is the one doing spell work. They will summon a nigga real quick to their booty hole. I apologize. I can say what I want to say. They will summon one of your dudes real quick. Real quick. And they'll be all in love, and they'll be this and that, and it's all to gain control over you, because you will not sell out. You will not turn your back on God. You will not disappoint your ancestors this lifetime with foolishness. You know, yeah, I pretty much said everything that's on here. So, you know, if people are repeating everything that you're saying, everything, and you have experienced this before because you dated a hitman, and then when you talk to him, he repeats he repeats a whole conversation that you had earlier on the phone, and now you're on YouTube and they're doing the same thing. More than like, they're in the same organization, and they just follow you, excuse me, wherever you go, you know, in hopes that this drives you you know, crazy, and drive you to insanity, and drive you to give up on yourself, and give up on believing that you will ever have a normal life, or they want you to give up on believing that you will ever have privacy. That is the whole thing. They want you to believe that you're never gonna have privacy unless you yourself. Then you'll have how the you gonna have privacy? No, you gonna be talking to God. God gonna be like, why the hell you buy him? Why did you buy him? You ain't supposed to be here. They want you to never believe, because you didn't sell out. They feel like this is going to drive you crazy. And now just think with me for a minute, because something just came to my head. You don't care. You don't care that you're on the Truman Show. You don't care that these psychics watch you through camera. You are someone that you've been on the Truman Show ever since you was born. You are a pro at this. You are the one that goes out and you like, oh, pose for the camera. Now, did you get my good side? Did you? All right. You walking up to the gang stalker. You walking up to the stalker like tapping on, hey, y'all need something out the store? Y'all need a coffee or anything? No? Okay, good. All right, because we got a long drive. It's a lot of traffic. It's going to be traffic today. These people are the ones. They're scared. They're scared because they know that they can't get out. The only way out for them is... That's why they go so hard doing dangerous stuff. Like when you are praying they tap that speaker on, and they listen to you talk to your ancestors, and they listen to, ooh, that's a loud horn confirmation, and they listen to your um private conversations that you have with you and your ancestors, and then they get on here on this screen and repeat what you said to your ancestors, and they think YouTube is going to save them. I think that's why they don't get paid for their thoughts, because they shouldn't be thinking that. They never should have thought that. But they do, and they're very confident in what they do. And now this is true. You know, YouTube can protect them, or whoever they're working from can protect them to a certain degree. But when God get on you, these people cannot save you from God's raft. Just like when Pharaoh led all them damn over 200,000 people in that dang on lake. And then they was looking for him to save them. He can't save y'all. He unsavable too. It closed on him too. And he's sitting there talking about, yeah, I'm finna go play outside. I'm finna go talk to my birds, feed my animals, and let my hair all the way down. I like to have my hair out and get sun. And then I'm finna watch that movie, because that was funny. He was like, God, like, nigga, you ain't got no power. Close it right up. You thought your what is it, your embassy was gonna save you? You thought your kingdom that you was sitting up high in was gonna save you? You thought the little people you had mocking Moses, doing the little hocus pocus, was gonna save you? You thought that, and he put on his best armor just to die. Y'all, when Pharaoh showed up, he was slayed now. I say, well, check him out. He got the juice. He had on his best jewelry. He was styled. They had done styled him. They had done dressed him to the gods, honey. Do you hear me through your speakers? He put on his best. He didn't just take the donkey. He pulled out he pulled out the RR, the Rolls Royce. Just to go die. I'm hearing, bury me with my dogs. Oh man, this is funny. Is it Rick Ross? When I go, bury me with my dogs. Bury me with my dogs. These people put on their best acts, their best clothes, their best, and it's because they done sold out. They done sold out, so they're able to get up here and flatter you. Let me tell you something. The devil takes care of his own with no problems. No problems. The devil takes care of his own. That's why a lot of these readers, they have a devil following. The devil's following them. Like, yeah, what's going on with the chosen ones? Oh, donate to the channel. Here you go. Thank you for the free information, but I'll pay you to keep it up. We want you to tell the world what's about to happen in this person's life. So now everybody can be alerted. So now every person can try to tame this lion and bully this lion. I keep hearing they put out a worldwide APP. Worldwide. And that's why they're going to have to bury you with your dogs. Then Pharaoh, he got buried with all his dogs. He sure did. That's why I don't play with folks when it comes to what I say, my predictions, And that's been the reason why I have been on vacation, because a lot of things that I have said has came to pass, and it's been it's heavy. It's heavy on your heart when you have a heart and you don't want to see people go down this way, and you can see the good in people whenever when they can't even see the good in themselves. And it's heavy on your heart when you can still forgive and love people right where they at. And if you know, that would be my message to you, to love them right where they at. Love them right where they at, because you moving forward. You moving forward. And they don't know what real love is. They never experienced real love. And that's why they sold out so fast. Because they want to be accepted so fast. You are not someone that wants to be accepted. You are not someone that craves being accepted. You just don't. And I would advise you to just forgive them, and just look at it as, you know, you is that. You are whoever you say you are. You is what you is, and they're not. And now they don't have the opportunity to ever be that. Once they go that far, there is no coming back. There is coming back for a stripper. There is coming back for a prostitution. Like, you know, and this is why I respect them. I respect everybody in their respectable places. I respect and I love everybody in their respectable places. Just stay in your respectable places. You know, respect to the dark witches, respect to the light witches, love to the you know, enemy, respect to the enemy, respect to the gods, respect to the goddesses. Everybody is in their respectable places, but you know, they don't like to stay in their respectable places. They like, nah, let me get in your lane and take over that bitch. And that's how they are, because they don't know what love is. They have never experienced love. Because if they did, and they was really in tune with God, God would have said, no, don't take that contract. Don't. But that's why God put them in that position of having nothing, or their back against the wall, and this opportunity fall in their lap, and they take it. And they take it. And God is just so disappointed. He's like, oh my goodness, I did not give you those gifts to monitor somebody else and spiritually harass someone else, tickle the ears of innocent people to benefit and gain. That's why a lot of these readers, you know, their gifts are gone. They can't tell you anything but what's on that card. So the only way for them to feel like they still have gifts and powers is to tap into your devices, secretly record you, look at you through hidden cameras, and then they'll get on here and say, yeah, you could be, you know, let's just say, right, you cleaning up and you walking through your house singing, you play a Pacific song, and then you meditate. They'll get on here and they'll say, oh, you feeling good today? And this is letting the ops know. Because the ops have no connection to God, so God ain't gonna be telling your enemies what you doing. What's your next move? That's how you know they sold out and they telling the enemy what you got going on. They gonna tell you everything. So you could be in this good, great mood, and you could be cleaning your home. You could be listening to Drew Hill. You playing that old school music, and then you could be meditating and praying. That's because they're watching you. Like literally watching you. Just how you see me on this screen, they go, boop, and you on that screen. And they see you just like that, with clear as day. Clear as day. And now you like, oh my goodness, like this person knows me so well. Let me tell you something. Like I said, I've always done my best work. I wasn't born with cards, and that was the only time that I did flick cards at that moment, when I was using the cards to solve a case. I was using the cards to solve a couple of cases, and I solved them. And I am someone that is very skilled when it comes to my gifts. But I cannot tell you what the fuck you doing in your house. I just can't. Not from here. And I'm not all hyped up and big headed about letting you know that I have spiritual gifts, but I can't tell you what the fuck you doing in your house. Why would I need to know what the fuck you doing in your house? But if you come in my energy and I pick up that someone is in my energy, I'm going to get the downloads. I'm going to get it's going to be revealed to me who you are, what you're doing. I'm going to be, I'm going to have permission to read on your energy as however I want to. Whether I want to pull cards, which, like I said, I don't have to do that. Or if I just want to sit down and just receive all the downloads and write it down or put it in my phone, however I choose to do it once you come in my energy. Like I say, I do my best work in private and one-on-one. You know, just like my neighbor, he came to give me a hand with something one time. What did he come to give me a hand with? He came to give me a hand with something. I was outside. And he was like, ooh, 7-Eleven on the thing. And I said, you need some water. You need to drink more water. What's going on with your stomach? And he was like, what? I haven't been drinking water. I have been getting headaches. And I was like, you need to drink more water. And something about his stomach. Okay? So you get on here and these readers want to have every damn gift. They want to have the gift of seeing, the gift of smelling, the gift of knowing. They want their hand, they want their nose to itch. They want their nose to wiggle like the damn, and sometimes it does. They want the gift of smelling and the gift, you know, and that's why God will drop all them gifts on you. Because you somebody that's like, nah, kind of like hiding from this, like, you somebody that kind of like, you know, I can't sit up on here and be like, you're dealing with somebody that has an STD. You know, be careful. That's a lie. I don't know who the hell you dealing with. I don't know who you've been with. But he came into my energy and he wanted to play with me. And I said, you don't need to be playing with me. You need to be going to the doctor. You don't you need to be going straight to the doctor. You need to be going straight to the doctor. No pass go, no get out of jail. Go straight there. And then they don't want to tell you you're right. You went to the doctor, yeah, what they said. I told you. I told you. I told you. But you ain't want to listen to me. You want to listen to people with big followings. You want to listen to people with big bag. You want to listen to people that, you know, got big shiny cars and things like that. And it's giving me, God want me to speak on this, and then I'm finna get up off here because the no, I don't want it to rain today. Ooh, clouds moving fast when I said that. You know, it's very dangerous for these people to play with God's. I don't label myself. I don't like to put a name on myself because I'm not bigger than God, and I I just consider myself a child of God. I consider myself real small when I'm in the presence of Him. Even though He tells me like, and I know, I'll always be God's baby. I always want to be a baby in His eyes. I always want to stay humble. Um, I had a group of people that I thought was my friends, but they was really, you know, Eastern Stars and Masons, and they was actually put in my life to hinder me and block me and do spell work on me, and you know, they introduced me to one of the hitmans that I was dating, and you know, he was doing his sex magic, and they was doing their things, and um, I I remember I got frightened one day because I felt like these people was gonna do something to me. I felt like they was trying to unalive me, and you know, come to find out they was. And one day, me and supposedly my handler, we riding in the car and we high as hell, right? And I'm like, God, I try to get away from these people. It's like they got a hold on me. It's like she over there smoking. She don't know I'm over there praying, right? She don't know I'm over there talking to God, because in their minds, they don't never have conversations with God. God loves you um, depending on how pure your heart is. See, you could be smoking weed, but you got a pure heart. You smoking weed, but you ain't smoking weed plotting on nobody's life. And I said, God, I had enough. I feel like I am not myself with these people. I feel like I easily get out of character. Like I would easily get angry. I would easily get agitated. Um, I even had to get out there and fight a few people. And I'm like, God, this is not me. I feel like these people are taking me off of my path. Like, and I just like, God, if you real, just show up and save me right now. And I had to pee. So I'm like, I gotta use the bathroom. So we pull up to her house. And when we get out the car, like just smoke. Y'all know how on whatever that movie was, how high and all the smoke come out. Then all of a sudden, this white van pull up behind us, and these three ladies get out, and a man get out, and she said, God sent me to save you. And y'all, I just bust out crying. And then my handler, my clone, who they was trying to, she was looking at me and she's like, oh, she's crying. And she started pretending like she was crying. And I just remember, I just started going back to church. But it was kind of like, it was kind of shaky for me. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, church is a coven. They want you to live a certain way. They want you to be a certain way. I am someone that likes to use my words. I'm not really a cusser, but when I want to let some fly, I want to let some fly. And it's like they want you to be a perfect angel, and I didn't like that because I knew they wasn't perfect. I knew they wasn't angels. But it's like they was putting so much pressure on me to be, you know, perfect, and don't talk like this, don't say this, and don't wear this. And and they started, and then my clone slash supposed to be handler, she was following me to church, and then she quickly saw that I was not playing about going and getting right with God, and she stopped going. And I had a moment where I had got mad with the people at church because I had gained some weight. They was doing weight gain spells on me, so I had gained some weight, and so I was really filled out in my clothes. And so they was talking like, yeah, if you can't fit your clothes, you can't be up here singing. And that hurt my feelings because if y'all love me, why y'all won't get me no new clothes? Why y'all won't buy me some new clothes? If y'all really care, but y'all up here talking about me. So I said, okay, well, at the club, I can wear whatever, and they gonna accept it. So I went to the club, and when I got to the club, everybody was like, "Oh my God!" Like people I hadn't seen in a long time was like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. Take a picture with me. Take a picture with me." So I took pictures with like 4 different people that night, on top of taking some pictures by myself. And anybody knows that when you go to the club in your town or your city, they post the pictures on Facebook the next day. So, like the next day, my pictures was posted and stuff like that. And um, I had a dream, and I saw that the ex handler, my gang stalker, her and a group of men was laughing at me. They was picking at me and stuff like that. And then it's like they all started dying, and they all started going to jail. And so she popped back up at my house one day, and we was talking, and we was on my front porch, and I'm like, it was a couple of days after the pictures had been released, and I was like, do y'all be over there talking about me and laughing at me and picking at me because I go to church and I go to the club? And she was like, hell yeah, we be over there laughing at your ass, because how you gonna do both? Hell yeah, we be over there laughing at your ass, because how you gonna do both? How you gonna go to church and go to the club? I said, well, um, can y'all not do that? Can y'all not laugh and pick at me because I'm trying to figure things out, and I don't, you know, I'm not perfect, but sometimes I'm just like, could y'all not do that because I saw, and she never did say how you know that. Oh, she did say, she did say, she said, we sure do be picking and laughing at your ass. You at the club take a picture with everybody. Everybody. I said, first of all, they asked to take pictures with me. And I say, second of all, she like, how you know that? I said, because I had a dream y'all was laughing and picking at me. And I'm asking y'all, and I'm asking you to stop because I seen y'all started dying and started going to jail. And then she was in the middle of laughing. they start malfunction. I gotta get me. I ain't gonna tell y'all, but I'm on to something. And I guess they kept on doing it, honey, because it wasn't too long for their face. They started dropping and going to jail. And that's why I say, like, you know, these people think that YouTube is going to save them, just like they thought that their coven was going to save them. They thought their clique, they had 10 people laughing at me and mocking me and making fun of me, and they thought that we're such a big team, so nothing can happen to us. We move in a crowd. What's gonna happen? God knocked the whole damn crowd down. I didn't do nothing. I just asked them to stop, and they wouldn't. And once they get that motor in their back, once they get that confidence that they got a lot of people backing them, just like Pharaoh, he had that motor in his back. He had a lot of confidence that, you know, a lot of his confidence came from the large following that he had. Because nobody told Pharaoh, hey, stop whooping those people. Hey, stop overworking them. Stop underpaying them. Hey, stop working them. Nobody said anything to him. Just like a lot of these readers, ain't nobody getting in their comment section trying to straighten them. Ain't nobody getting in they, because they not going to. Because if anything, they fear them when they should be fearing God and the wrath that he can bring. To the next video. I care for you guys. Peace.